Hey y'all, welcome back to Lemonaders. This is episode 4. This episode will actually be dropping on my birthday, April 3rd. And so, as I think about my birthday approaching and knowing that my wedding anniversary is the day after my birthday, so April 4th is actually, it would have been my 25th wedding anniversary. Taj and I would have been together for 28 years. And it's always kind of like a melancholy time for me. This time, 2 years ago, I was planning my husband's funeral. And right before he died, we had got COVID. And so for his birthday, which is February 20th, we were quarantined in our room together. And I didn't think we were going to survive it. I mean, I was getting cabin fever so bad, I started making bath bombs and shower bombs. And Taj came into the room one time and I had ordered all of these things from Amazon and my kids had left it all at the door and I pulled everything into the room and I'm mixing stuff up. And so he's smelling eucalyptus and lavender and orange and citrus and all kinds of different scents in the room. And he was like, "You sure you're not going to blow anything up?" And I was like, "I don't know. All I know is I'm sitting in this room and it's driving me crazy and I need to create something." So I started making bath bombs and shower bombs for people. And during that time, we really had the opportunity to talk about what it is that we wanted for ourselves as individuals, what it is that we wanted for ourselves as a couple, and what it is that we were striving to achieve as a legacy we could leave behind for our children and our grandchildren. Taj had recently read the book Jump by Steve Harvey. And in that book, Steve Harvey said that he wanted his great, 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 great grandchildren to know his name. And so Taj and I had always talked about striving to be better than our parents and leave more for our children than what was left behind for us. At this point, Taj still had his mom, but all of my parents were gone, both my biological mother and father and my foster parents, my longest term foster parents, that we affectionately called Nanny and Uncle Ernie. So I knew without a doubt that I wanted to build something for my children that would help them have more of a head start, you know? For my biological parents, there was no life insurance. At least my mother had planned her funeral. She had taken a class that required it of her as an assignment. And so when she passed away, her husband at the time knew that she wanted her ashes split up into 3 separate urns so that each set of her children could receive an urn. Before Taj had died, his brother had passed away. 6.5 months before Taj died, his brother had died suddenly. And during this COVID period, Taj and I both decided that we didn't want to do wakes because we just never liked the way our loved ones looked when we had to see them. The only person actually who ever looked good in death to me was my dad. When we went and took a final look at my dad, it looked like he was just sleeping. He was so peaceful and there was no discoloration to his skin. And he looked beautiful laying there. But other than that, our experiences had been pretty bad with the way our loved ones looked when we had wakes. So we decided that we didn't want to wake. But as we laid there together and we sat in that room together, now that I look back on it, I know that it was God that created that space for us to spend time together. Because in those days that we were quarantined in that room, Taj was able to tell me how much he loved me. And I was able to tell him how much I loved him and how much I appreciated what he meant to my life and how much of a difference he made in my life. And he talked about his plans, and I feel like he almost left me a blueprint of what it is that he wanted for me and the kids. On the day of his birthday, obviously we couldn't do anything with the family, so I made it a point to have balloons ordered and delivered for him. And I ordered his favorite meals from local restaurants for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He loved cheesecake. So, of course, I had to get him a cheesecake from Cheesecake Factory. And we have a video of our kids and our grandbaby singing happy birthday to him and then texting it to us so that we could see them singing happy birthday to him. And then I videotaped him lighting a candle and blowing out his candle.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joy. Happy birthday to you.
And then our kids got really creative. Our kids and my sister, who was living with me at the time, who was just like one big kid. They came to the door with some confetti. And they're trying to get the confetti open, and Taj keeps slamming the door so that they can't get the confetti all over our room. And I have a video of me cussing him out because he didn't want to open the door for the kids to be able to shower him with confetti.
What's wrong with these fools?
Little did we know that that would be the last birthday that we would have with him. His birthday was on February 20th. And less than 13 days later, he was gone. I want to talk to you today about memories and the importance of taking every opportunity to say yes to creating memories. So many times, Taj did not want to take pictures. And I would always take them anyway. I have so many pictures, like ussies, of me just trying to get him in pictures. A lot of my friends laugh about a video of him and I walking through Costco for I believe it was our 22nd or 21st or 22nd anniversary. And we decided that we weren't going to plan a trip. We weren't going to go out to dinner. We were going to do one of our favorite things that we did together. And that was cook together. And so we went to Costco and he wanted me to make him some lobster mac and cheese. And I wanted him to barbecue me some ribs. And that's what we planned to do, was make some lobster mac and cheese and barbecue. Taj was a pescatarian, and my niece who was living with us was a vegan. And then everybody else wanted the regular version of the food. So I always had to make 3 different versions of whatever I was cooking, whether it be chili, whether it be spaghetti, whatever it was, I had to make 3 different versions of it. That video that we have of us walking around Costco, the whole time he's telling me to turn off the camera. The entire time he's like, "All right, you can get that camera away from me. All right, you know I'm camera shy. You know I don't like taking pictures. You know I don't like being in front of the camera. That's your thing." But when I tell you that I am so grateful for every picture, for every video that captured him in motion, the video of him dancing in our kitchen with our granddaughter Layla to his favorite Michael Jackson song, Rock With You, to him having one of our other granddaughters, Nala, on the floor, her just holding her by him, holding her body, and her doing little 2 steps and stuff with our son laughing next to him. I'm grateful for every single moment. And so as I approach my 45th birthday, At first, I thought I wanted to have a sneaker ball because my son was like, Mom, you're turning 45 and it's 2023. You should have a Jordan party. And so I was like, all right, we can do that. I'll rock me some retro Jordans and, get a ball gown and you guys can dress up and we all rock our sneakers. But as I get closer to that date, I started feeling a little down because obviously I wish he could be here with us. But it's taken some conversations with a really good friend of mine for me to remember why it's so important for me to take that opportunity to celebrate me and celebrate the fact that I'm still here and to honor the fact that my husband died, but I'm choosing to still live. When you get the opportunity to hop in those pictures with your loved ones, whether it be your kids, your grandkids, your friends, your siblings, your significant other, take the opportunity. So many times we either hide behind being camera shy or we think that we don't look pretty enough or we didn't get a haircut. I can't even tell you how many times Taj didn't want to take a picture because he didn't have a fresh cut. That man and his haircuts. Or how many times I didn't get in the picture because my hair wasn't done, or because my eyebrows weren't done, or because I didn't want to I looked too fat, or I looked too washed out, or I was too tired, or whatever the case may be, or I didn't get dressed because I was in the kitchen cooking. It's only when you lose someone, when you lose as many people as I've lost, and you've had to plan as many funerals as I've had to plan. And when you're scrambling to try and find a picture of you and your loved one who's moved, who's gone on, and you realize how many missed opportunities you had to take a picture with them, that's when it's too late. And so if there's one piece of advice that I could give people who haven't lost their spouse, who haven't lost their parents, who haven't lost any of their siblings, my advice would be take the pictures, create the memories. Because when they're gone, all we have left are the memories that we created. And all we have physically, tangibly, are the pictures that we took. Before Taj died, when our grandbabies were born, is when I made a commitment that I wasn't just going to keep digital pictures anymore. I started using photo albums again and getting our pictures printed and filling those photo albums up with pictures. And I'm so grateful that I had the wherewithal to start doing that before he passed away. Because it did give me some insight into how many missed opportunities we had. And it made me more diligent and more intentional about capturing moments. That video that we have of Taj dancing with our granddaughter Layla in our kitchen, I remember the day that we took that video. He started dancing with her, and I looked over at my daughter and I said, "Get this on camera." And after Taj died, my daughter looked at me as we were going through finding videos, finding pictures as we planned his funeral. She looked at me and she said, "Mom, I'm so glad that you asked me to record that." And I'm grateful that I asked her to record it too, because it's so beautiful. That man could dance. I just came across a Facebook memory. He would always ask me to dance with him. And I'd be like, nah, because he was a better dancer than me. Now, I always tell people gangsters don't dance, we boogie. So I can give my two-step and I can do a little spin to it and, make it look nice and make it look fly. But when I tell you he could dance, he could dance. And he would come to my bedside or he would come to the couch and he would reach his hands out for me and he would say, dance with me. And this particular day, we were almost a year out from him recovering from a massive heart attack. And I promised myself that if he survived that heart attack, that I would dance with him anytime that he asked. And so I got up and we danced, and one song turned into two, and two songs turned into three, and we were still dancing. One of the things that I miss most about him is dancing. When I think about my favorite memory, my favorite memory, we're in our house when we lived in Hesperia, and I went into the kitchen to start cooking breakfast for us. And I'm sitting in my breakfast nook looking out of the window, and I get up to get another cup of coffee. And he comes out of the room and he comes up behind me and he puts his arms around me. And I just rest there in his arms. And for one beautiful, peaceful moment of pure, utter sense of completion, the four of us stood there holding each other. I always told Taj that in his arms was my most favorite place to be in the whole wide world. I loved his hands. He had these big, beautiful mahogany hands. And those hands made me feel safe and wiped my tears and held my face and rubbed my booty. He used to walk in the house and was like, hey, cutie with the big old booty. Memories. When we leave here, that's all we will have left. That's all we will have left behind for the people that we love, for the people who love us most. And so as I approach year number 45 around this sun, I'm making a commitment that I'm going to create more memories, that I'm going to seize every opportunity to create those moments that will be here long after I'm gone, moments that will be stories that my children are able to tell their children, and my grandchildren are able to tell their children. That's legacy. It doesn't matter how much money we leave behind. It doesn't matter how much property we leave behind. It doesn't matter how much debt we leave behind. What every single one of us should be intentional about is leaving memories and making sure that those that we leave behind don't have to question how we felt about them. They have images of us giving them hugs, of us celebrating things together, of us cooking together. I know one thing's for sure, that my children will have tons of memory of me in the kitchen, playing my music, dancing around the kitchen, telling them they need to bring their butts in the kitchen because I'm not leaving behind no recipe book. I tell them all the time, you want to learn how to make this dish, you better get your butt in this kitchen and start cooking and learn how I learned. I learned by getting in the kitchen and watching my nanny do it, watching my mom do it, watching my daddy do it, watching my neighbors do it. If I had to do it all again, I would have danced every single time he asked me to dance. I would have been in less of a hurry to leave the house, and I would have made sure that the hugs lingered just a little bit longer. I would have held his hand longer every time he reached over in the car to hold my hand as he played some of our favorite songs. I would have left more voicemails. I did a lot of stuff right, but there's a lot of things that I wish I could go back and do again. And I can't. But if you still have your husband, you still have your wife, and you still have your mom, and you still have your dad, and you still have your brothers and sisters, and you're able to still hug your babies, then there's still a chance for you to do better. And every day is an opportunity for us to do better. They say that a smart person learns from their mistakes, but a wise person learns from the mistakes of others. Take heed to my wisdom. And allow today and tomorrow to be days that you're more intentional about loving those that you love and showing them your love and showing them that you care. Because when they say that tomorrow isn't promised, I've lived it more times than I would like to. And tonight isn't promised. Big Taj left for work and he never made it back home. And so when I leave now out of town and I'm hopping on planes and I'm doing what I can to try and build something for my kids, I know that I need to spend more time just hugging them a little bit longer and FaceTiming more and not getting irritated when my son, who is so affectionate, wants to come and lay all up on his mama and love her and hug her. But y'all, when I tell y'all he's like a giant, like he's like a little, he's like a giant. And when he hugs me, he wants to lay all on me to hug me. And I'm so grateful for it. But at the same time, I realize how many times I'm like, okay, Taj, okay. So I'm not saying that we got to be perfect. What I am saying is that we have to be more intentional. Because if worst case scenario comes to visit, I want to know that I heeded to the wisdom and that I did the best that I could do to love while I had the chance to love. So take the damn pictures. Take the pictures. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Just take the damn pictures. Because another part of us being lemonaders means that not only do we crush them and make them count, but we also learn from them. We got to learn from them. Because the lessons that come to us through the lemons that are thrown our way are learning opportunities. And if we don't learn the lesson, when these lemons start coming for us, it increases the likelihood that we're going to keep having to experience those things that life is trying to teach us. And so I want you to learn. I want you to live. And I want you to be the legacy that you want to leave behind. Because that's what Lemonaders do. So I want to thank you for stepping into year 45 with me, for being a part of the reason that I have so much to be thankful for and so much to be grateful for. And I want to thank you for being a part of the memories and the legacy that I get to leave behind. Every single one of these videos will be here when I'm gone. My children will be able to hear my voice over and over and over again when I'm gone. And so I'm going to continue to do what I need to do to be able to be who it is that I was born to be. But until then, I'm going to continue to live. And I'm going to celebrate. And I think I might I know I'm definitely going to do a photo shoot. Definitely. And I didn't know if I was going to do a party or if we were going to go out to dinner. But I'm definitely going to take pictures. And I just decided that I'm going to dance. I'm going to dance. I'm going to do my little two-step in my Jordans and my ball gown. And I think I'm going to dance to Rock With You. And I'm going to be able to twirl in my dress with my grandbabies. And I'm going to dance with my son. And I'm going to look over and I'm going to just take in the scene of my daughter dancing with her fiance. And we're going to record it. And we're going to dedicate that to the man who made it all possible, to the man who inspired it all, to Big Taj. So until next time, y'all, I want you to dance. I even want you to make something with one of these lemons. Put some vodka in it. Slice it up. Take it with some tequila. Take a shot. Loosen up. And I want you to dance. For my birthday, I want y'all to dance. That's what we gonna do. Everybody got to dance for my birthday. We gonna turn up for my birthday. And everybody has to fix a drink with lemon as an ingredient for my birthday. And then if you can find where we at, I just might buy you a drink for my birthday. But until next time, Lemonaders, squeeze up. Hey, my lemonaders, I just want to make sure that you share this information with somebody that may be going through it right now. If you felt something, if this impacted you, if this made a difference in your life, I want you to share it so that we can get the information out there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and make sure that you hit that notification bell so that you are notified when we have new episodes. Take care, and until next time, lemonaders, squeeze up.